Yo, what's up guys, it's Scoring70 here, coming back at you in another video. Now, as you could probably tell from the title, let's talk about what the hell is going on with the Detroit Tigers. First off, I have no words. I literally have no words to describe how bad this season has been. We are 8-19. 11 games under 500. Yeah, not a good start. Not a good start to the season, to say the least. Can't hit. You know. Let's talk about the good things. Our bullpen has actually been pretty good this year, which was a very big concern going into this year. Our starting pitchers have been able to keep us in games. We just can't hit. We can get guys on base. We just can't drive them in. Can't drive in runs. The Tigers' Achilles heel for the past, decade? I want to say. But I just can't believe how bad this team is. I really can't. You know, coming after last year, that last year, okay, we're ready to turn the corner. Let's go get some key pieces. We signed Javi Baez. We signed Eduardo Rodriguez. We got Austin Meadows. On paper, we are in win now mode. That is clear. We are in win now mode. We are no longer rebuilding. No longer trying to, build up our prospects. Although we still are. Any team does that. But we are in win now mode. This team is supposed to be a playoff team, a playoff contender. Right now, we are lucky to score 2 runs. Flat out, we just got to play better. That sounds like Captain Obvious, but we really do. We just got swept by the Astros. In my opinion, we should have been able to take 2. The Astros are not as strong as they used to be. They are still a really good team, don't get me wrong. They are still a very talented and powerful team. But, losing Correa was huge, and they're just not that good of a team as they were last year. Now, they'll still probably be a playoff contender. They are always here, every year. But really, things need to change, and I think before this season gets too out of hand, we need to try something new. And in my opinion, that means watching the Tigers game today, I saw this segment they had on Cody Clemens down in AAA. He's killing it down there. He was in AA all last year. He got called up this year, and he's been playing very well. Very well. Let's see what his season stats are. I want to say his batting average is like 298 in AAA right now. He's 25 years old. All right, so his stats right now is he's batting 291. He has 6 homers, 18 RBI, 2 stolen bags, 34 hits. His slugging percentage, his OPS is 865. His on base percentage is 30. He's flat out playing very well right now. Playing very, very well. So why not call him up? Send because at the start of this year, 3 guys that were playing very, very well last year. Obviously, almost everybody on the team played well last year, but 3 guys that are struggling this year to play very well: Robbie Grossman, Jeimer Candelario, and Jonathan Schoop. Robbie has found it. His batting average is back to respectable. He's starting to walk. He's starting to do what he did last year, except for hit homers. However, Robbie Grossman homers will come. We can't hit homers right now, but it will come. Homers will come. Same with Austin Meadows. He's been a very good hitter. It's just his homers, he has no homers yet. And he hit 25 last year? He has power, and once he hits one, they'll come in bunches. I'm not worried about the homer number right now. They will come. Same with Jeimer Candelario. Started out very slow. I'm like, what happened to your bat, Candy? But he's starting to find it. It looks like, 2 homers in the past week. He's starting to hit better. I'm not worried about Candy. I'm actually more worried about Jonathan Schoop. He hit a double today. His first extra base hit since April 13th, which was a homer. But yeah, Scope can't find it. And I don't know what's going on with Scope. So in my opinion, I say let's send down Jonathan Scope and call up Cody Clemens. Guy who has a hot bat right now. What do we have to lose? Really? If it doesn't work out, we send Cody Clemens back down in a week, gives Jonathan Scope a week to work on some things down in AAA, get some confidence, come back up, maybe he'll play better. In my opinion, that's a win-win. Some will say, oh, that's too early for Cody Clemens. We're rushing him. Well, in my opinion, why not try it? We gotta try new things, in my opinion. Because right now, stuff going on right now ain't working. In my opinion, I think if Cody Clemens comes up and he shits the bed, and excuse my French, and we send him back down, it shows Cody Clemens what he has to work on to get back to the majors. See how close we can see how close he is to being a major league player, and then it also gives Jonathan Scope some time in AAA to work on his craft, work on his hitting, come back up, and maybe he'll keep it going. Because Scope is a very important part of our lineup. He's that sometimes the fourth hitter, sometimes the fifth hitter, and sometimes the sixth hitter. And we need these guys down at the bottom of the order to contribute, and Jonathan Scope is one of them. So, in my opinion, obviously, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I wouldn't be too upset with the idea of that, and I think it wouldn't hurt, in my opinion. But it's clear that we need to turn the ship around if we still want to be, where we want to be come September, which is in contention for a playoff spot. But before we talk about playoffs, we gotta get our offense going, and we gotta start winning some games. And in my opinion, now is the time to turn the ship around. This coming up homestand. We're flying back home tonight. We got a 5-game series against Oakland at home, and then after that, the Baltimore Orioles are coming into town for 3. 8-game series, I call it an 8-game homestand. We got to come out of this homestand 5-3, in my opinion, at the very least. Maybe 4-4 will be acceptable, but I think 5-3 at least, will show us, okay, we're starting to turn the ship around. And this is a very important 8-game stretch, because we're playing against 2 weaker teams at home, and the reason why I say it's important, because after the final Orioles game, which I'm going to all the Orioles games, I'm going to the series, because after the Orioles series, we go on a 10-game road trip. We go to Tampa for 3, then we go to Cleveland for 3, then we go back to Minnesota for 3, who we got swept recently, even though we should have won Game 1. And then, yeah, so we got a tough 10-game stretch coming up after the Orioles. And we can go 5-3 in that 8-game series or stretch and get some confidence that we can actually win some ball games. I can see us playing very well on the road. I'm not saying we're going to win every game, but I can see us playing better on the road. But if we come out of this 8-game stretch and we're either just at 500 for those games, or we fall like 3-5 or worse, I might say that our season is going to be over by end of May, because I don't see us turning the ship around after that. So I think this 8-game stretch is crucial, and because after the Orioles series, even after that road trip, after the Twins games, we come back home to play Cleveland 4 times. Then we got the Twins again at home for 5 games. And then we go to New York to play the Yankees for 3. Then we got the Pirates. Then we got the Blue Jays. Then we got the White Sox, the Rangers, the Red Sox, Diamondbacks. We got a tough few weeks after the Orioles series. And if we're going to be able to come out on top, we got to take care of business at home against the weaker teams, get some confidence, and then play against the better teams better than we have been so far. I had a lot of hope for this season. I guess it's my fault for having hope in a Detroit team, but I still have hope for this team. I still think we can turn it around in time. And come September, we'll still be in contention for a playoff spot. Now, obviously, I know playoffs are not a consideration right now because we can't seem to win a game or put up any runs, but I want to still have faith. I still want to have hope. I just ask you Tigers fans to be patient. let's keep cheering them on. Let's keep going to Comerica Park. Stay positive, and hopefully we can take care of business in this 8-game stretch and turn the ship around. It's all going to determine how we do against these teams in the next 8 games. These are crucial, and hopefully we can take care of business. I'm excited. Once we get healthy, once we get Myers back, once we get Manning back, once we get Riley Green back, I think we can really start pushing. Because if you guys remember, back in 2012, the Tigers had a horrible April and May. They were in the bottom tier of the league after May. And then June hit, and they started winning series after series after series after series after series. They got back into the playoff race, made the playoffs, went to the World Series. Yeah, they got swept. But that's not the important part. Well, it is kind of important because it sucks, but the important part is they turned their ship around, they turned their season around come June, and they still made the playoffs. And I think that this team can do the exact same. But it starts with, like I said, this 8-game stretch. What they do in this 8-game stretch will probably tell how the rest of the season is going to go. Because we got a lot of baseball. We still have 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 games left in May. 24. Then we got June. Then we got July, August, and September. 4.5 months, basically, of baseball. A lot of baseball left to be played. Still a lot of baseball. So we just gotta stay positive. I know it sucks right now, but let's stay positive. Let's go, Tigers.